Crank such. I mean, I guess to be fair, I haven't looked at the results yet, but for those who are unaware, Crank did recently play in the there was the streamer show match, right? There was a streamer show match featuring Crank, Kiwi, and JYP alongside a bunch of other Chijic streamers. I didn't see the results, but CranKy would also be another contender, I would suppose. I don't know what he looks like currently, and I didn't see those matches, that tournament. But he did compete. Meanwhile, here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Sylphid. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, the Brood War Protoss player. It is a classic. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Yellow Protoss player. It is Dewalt, the SC2 Protoss. Here we go, once again jumping into Sylphid. Once again, 3-player spawn map. We can spawn in bottom right, bottom left, or the top side, and we'll see what Dewalt is looking like. Now, in general, a lot of the CIS players have been competing in StarCraft Evolution, and part of that is also because they've been hosting their own tournaments. We mentioned Bratok, he has been hosting his own StarCraft Evolution tournaments, 3D Clan as well, and I want to say potentially Mindo VK, but they've been hosting their own events, and they've been all partaking and participating. They've been playing in some 2v2 events as well, which has been a lot of fun to see, featuring StarCraft Evolution. I'm still waiting to see the 2v2 SC Evo Western side of things, or non-CIS region. But they've been playing a lot, so I have a really hard time gauging the strength of some of these players. I'm referring to having a hard time to gauging Wayne, Young Yakov, Dewalt, Bratok, Mindo VK. I'm still like very much so kind of feeling out their strength or their power levels. I don't really know where to place them in the hierarchy of the rest of the StarCraft Evolution scene. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm excited to see how Dewalt compares to Classic. As I mentioned before, like Classic is coming in as heavy favorites, but I'm excited to see Dewalt and see what he has to offer. Let's go. Let's go. As we are going to be opening up Double Stalker, so 2-gate opener into Double Stalker from Dewalt. This is going to be scouted. At Classic, he does check the top side. Now bottom right, Classic is aware of the location of Dewalt. Likewise, Dewalt also probe scouts as well. Does confirm. Stalkers do move out. Classic is aware, and back at home setting up his own shield battery. Again, shield batteries, they are very much so a thing here in Brood War, but alas, they don't have the energy overcharge, so in a sense, like they have their own kind of flavor to them. I also believe you cannot target buildings with them either, so they're a little bit more limited in a sense. So far, Dragoons, they do poke back the Stalkers. And so far, Classic, he does force him back. So far, it does deflect. That's it. Does deflect. Likewise, scouting across map. Dewalt now will expand, but again, a much later expansion for Dewalt. Classic is already saturating on 2 bases. Again, he went for a more economic opener instead, and so far, Classic enjoying that greater economy. And Stalker trying to force their way in. Third Dragoon has arrived. Does focus on the first Stalker. Nicely done. And again, that shield battery coming in clutch, keeping every single Dragoon alive. With that Classic, he will dominate the fight. He will chase him down. Again, Dragoons, they do outrange Stalkers. Stalkers have to back off. Likewise, Classic. Now, it is a lot more classic, in a sense, to open up Dragoon into Reaver. Like, Reaver transitions and Reaver-based tech is so common in almost every single Brood War Protoss matchup, but not here. Instead, Classic going for Zealot Legs. That is the Citadel. Citadel of Adun is going to be for charge or for Zealot Legs. I mean, I would imagine. We'll see. Stalkers, sorry, as Dragoons do move out. Likewise, Dewalt setting up back at home. Again, going for a much later expansion. The aggression and the build and the opener of Dewalt wasn't really worth it here. It didn't really pay for itself. And we can see it's going to be Citadel of Adun into the Templar Archives initially here for Classic. Let's go. Going for the Templar Archives. Dragoons, they poke in. They dance with the army. So far, nice pickoffs. They get a Stalker. And they almost get the pylon as well. So far, nice control here by Classic. Pokes in, gets another Stalker. Pylon goes down. And just the efficiency here, just getting so much damage and in a way overrunning Dewalt. And Dewalt having a hard time keeping up. Likewise, I spoke earlier how it's a little bit more commonplace to see in PvP to see Dragoon into Reaver. Likewise, it's a little more common to see Stalker into Immortal here from the side of Dewalt. You can see that, yeah, the efficiency is just far too much. He's losing everything here to the Dragoons, and Classic, he will take game number 1. GG. Does take a lead in the series. When it comes to this overall matchup here, the reason why we often see robo openers from the side of SE2 Protoss is because Immortals feel a little bit more necessary to actually tank, to maintain themselves, and to punish those Dragoons. Rushing into Blink, yes, Stalkers are more mobile, but you can see there that window before Blink kicks in, those Dragoons, they just dominate. They force back those Stalkers. GG. GG, well played. Classic ending it real fast and real quick. And now we're jumping to game number 2. Let's go. Jumping into game 2. Oh. So we are getting into that second game. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, leading the series 1-0. But now rocking SE2, it is Classic. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Brood War Protoss player, the Yellow Protoss, making his return. It is Dewalt. Fun fact, Dewalt actually tried to play an MSO. It was our most recent MSO. Of course, Dewalt, he's a bit of a bigger name, and again, he's more commonly competing in Brood War, I believe. Yeah, he actually came back and he tried to play an MSO because his MMR is quite low on the ladder. But I was like, mate, you barely have any games. What's going on? He hasn't competed in SE2 since Heart of the Swarm. Like he has not touched the game in Legacy of the Void. So it's been a long time. I was like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm just coming back, you know, I haven't competed in SE2 in years. But yeah, it's good to see him return. Good to see him. Oh, my apologies. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have fixed it up. It's my apologies. Of course, if I didn't make it clear, Classic and Dewalt, not F91. My apologies. As we have a Classic moving out with this probe. My eyes are on Classic, does throw it in a pylon. We'll see if he comes back to it. For now, going to be a proxy pylon out in the center of the map, going for a 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of Classic. It looks like it's just going to be a fake proxy pylon. Meanwhile, Dewalt's back at home, also setting up on the high ground, going for his own 2-gate opener. Okay. 2-gate opener out of Dewalt. Classic, he goes back to the pylon. Are we committing? Do we go for the 1-base all-in? Do we go for the Robo? We'll keep an eye on him. Could be Stargate, could be Robo. There it is. Robo has been thrown down. A 1-base all-in from Classic. He's committing to an all-in. And Dewalt, he does probe scout. Dewalt should recognize the pylon is missing. The second pylon is nowhere to be found. He should know that it's somewhere on the map. And Dewalt, it's going to be on our Yellow Protoss to scout and to confirm. Ooh. I'm hoping he recognizes what he saw. Because he's setting up for the expand. For now, double Dragoon. Does force back the probe. Does get the kill. No, sure, he's going for the Nexus. He's going for the Nexus. Okay, he's scouting. Okay, thankfully. So he does scout the top side of the map. So he's checking for proxy Stargate. Unfortunately, he doesn't quite find the actual proxy. He's looking though. He's searching. Getting into Dragoon range. Classic, he does threaten a shade here towards the main. Doesn't quite make his way in. Dragoons are still building up. Meanwhile, Immortals are on the way. Classic, oh, he will threaten a shade. Confirms no expansion. But it's now being thrown down. Again, it's going to be purely Dragoon here from Dewalt. And Immortals, I mean, that's what they want. They want to play, they want to fight off against those Dragoons. Speaking of, we can see Classic has still not been scouted. Dewalt's still trying to figure out what's going on. Ooh, Classic bit of a move command. Does miss a volley. He will trade 1 for 1. Gets 1 Dragoon. Moving in, losing a second Stalker. At the same time, yeah, he does reveal himself. Classic is pushing. Takes down another Dragoon. Immortal is revealed. Oh, the flanking Stalker. Nicely done. And back at home, what does Dewalt have? The shield battery is not going to finish. It should not finish. Should not complete. He's going to have 3 Dragoons back at home. And the Immortal's going in. Yeah, the boys, they have to be pulled. Dragoon, one more shot. Up! Oh my god. Does survive. Does barely survive. Prism has arrived as well. Nice juggling. Takes down both Dragoons. And with that classic he started, he has broken his opponent. There's nothing left at home to defend. Warping in the face of Dewalt. Ay, ay, ay. Warps in into the actual, into the main even. Stalkers have arrived and Dewalt is being overwhelmed. GG gets called. A classic. He does snowball out of control and he will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Classic, he does pop off. Unfortunately, it took a little bit too long for Dewalt to recognize what was going on. Because of that, he was caught out in the open. Ideally, you're able to build up your Dragoons, preserve them back at home to be able to defend your shield batteries, to get them up and running, to be able to buy time and to get the rest of your production underway. Unfortunately, Dewalt, most of his army was caught on the map, right? He lost, what was it, 4 Dragoons out on the map, out across the map even, not defensively back at home, so he lost most of his army, and he was vulnerable. He was vulnerable to that one Immortal, he was vulnerable to the all-in of Classic, so GG, well played. Unfortunately, Dewalt, it took him a little bit too long to realize what was happening. By the time he did, it was too late. Was too late. With that, Classic, he will claim the series, and will advance on to the quarterfinals. Here we go.